Hey everyone, Dr. Eric, the fitness physician, where I help people over 40 optimize their health, hormones, and metabolism to live a life full of strength, energy, and vitality. I'm the fitness physician. I deal with hormone optimization, peptide therapies, longevity, anti-aging, wellness, muscle medicine, hormonal fitness, and pretty much everything else. So I use cutting edge protocols basically is what I do, and work with a lot of patients, telemedicine all across the country, coming out with a course, one of many I'm going to be launching this year to present to you, my followers, and all my clients to optimize their health. I want to provide free resources as well as paid opportunities, people that want to work with me one-on-one, as well as people that just might want to do some online learning. Provide every avenue to enable you to live your best life ever, to live strong, long, not just live longer, but live better, and that's what I'm all about. So again, I work with collaborate with a lot of physicians and researchers around the country using cutting edge protocols that no one else is doing to give you the best of what I can offer. I'm doing these things myself as I get older, as well as with friends and family. So trying to reach out to everyone and let me know, like I said, what else you want me to talk about. I will gladly discuss them. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about thyroid and vitamins. A lot of people, of course, everybody's always asking about vitamins and supplements. Nutritional deficiencies are a big issue, not just with pretty much every health condition, but definitely with thyroid. A lot of nutritional deficiencies can cause thyroid issues, similar to the fact that people with low thyroid can actually be more predisposed to having nutrient deficiencies. So it's kind of a chicken and egg thing, but sometimes they go hand in hand. But basically, unfortunately, in the toxic world we're living in, where minerals deplete of things and glyphosate and toxins are put in our food and plastics and everything around us, it's making it more and more difficult to eat nutritionally and eat like we were intended to eat. So some of the biggest nutritional deficiencies, again with thyroid specifically on this talk, but I see this in general, and there's going to be a few not on this list I'm going to talk about as well. But first one is zinc. I love talking about zinc because it's so important for so many things. It's important for overall hormonal optimization. A lot of men who, if you have a zinc deficiency, can affect testosterone and other hormones as well. It's very important for the immune system. It can bolster the immune system and keep it running on full cylinders. A lot of people, if you're zinc deficient or deficient in these other minerals, that can affect your immune system adversely, meaning that it won't function properly, which can predispose you to an autoimmune condition, which of course can lead to a plethora of problems, but and of course specifically in this talk to thyroid, and as autoimmune conditions are the most common cause of thyroid deficiencies. Zinc is also important not only for the production of thyroid, but more importantly for the conversion of active T4 into the active T3 component. The T3 is the workhorse. That's what really does the job. So if you're not converting T4 into T3, you're definitely going to have some deficiencies in subnormal thyroid function. So zinc is integral for all these reasons. Iron is another important one too, because it's important for production of the thyroid hormones and also for the enzyme thyroid peroxidase, which assembles the thyroid molecules. And if you're deficient in this can be a problem. Now the flip side is that a lot of people have too much iron, and because of the iron fortified foods or taking iron supplements or different things like this. So it's a slippery slope, and a lot of data coming out now, a lot of times iron deficiency isn't really iron deficiency. A lot of times it's a deficiency in copper, or an imbalance of the copper or iron dynamic, or other mineral deficiencies like magnesium and B vitamins and things like this. And that's a whole nother conversation. But bottom line is that iron is very important for iron. And again, the thyroid peroxidase enzyme. And as I mentioned earlier, with hypothyroidism, you can have decreased iron absorption, so it could be a two-edged sword. So the biggest thing here is to check your levels. This is very important. It can be very dangerous if this is not done properly. I definitely don't advise willy-nilly taking iron, because if it's too high, it can cause problems. If it's too low, it can cause problems. I recommend getting a full iron panel. And again, it's a whole other conversation, but check your free iron level, what's called your total iron binding capacity, or a TIBC, a ferritin level. You can check some other levels too, as well, like copper and zinc and some other vitamins as well. But basically, you want to check a full iron panel. Reach out to me if you want to know the full iron panel of tests to get, but those are some of the important ones. Iodine is very important as well, crucial for thyroid function and conversion of T4 into T3. Iodine is important for all the enzymatic processes that create thyroid hormone, and a lot of people are deficient in iodine. I think a lot of people have been scared away from iodine over the years. People getting away from salt, they're worried about eating too much salt because they're concerned it might affect their blood pressure. And so not eating iodized salt, or eating other salts that are not fortified with iron or with iodine, etc. So a lot of people have shied away from this, and you can get it from the diet, of course. Best way, shellfish and meats, seafood, kelp, things like this. But iodine supplementation is easy. I have a lot of my patients just take Lugol's iodine solution. Again, you have to be very careful with this. You want to do a certain amount, not too much and not too little either. A lot of people are concerned about taking this, those with Hashimoto's or other thyroid, but it's perfectly safe and actually often the missing ingredient in your thyroid health. Selenium is another one that's very important. Again, it's also important for the conversion of T4 to T3. The biggest thing here is the glutathione production. It's beneficial for glutathione production, which is important. The master antioxidant of the body, and helps mop up those free radicals. During the production of thyroid hormone, free radicals are created, and I think that's why a lot of people get scared when they are doing this or they take iodine. They have problems because they have a selenium deficiency. So if you're going to be taking iodine or any of these other supplements, you want to make sure your selenium levels are good. You're taking selenium support, because these are needed. There's these proteins that are called selenoproteins, and these other enzymes that are important for the proper functioning of all these enzymes and proper balance of antioxidant function. It's going to mop up those free radicals so you get proper thyroid production without destruction of the thyroid gland like you see in autoimmune conditions. Again, it's going to help you produce glutathione in the thyroid gland and elsewhere in your body to help mop this up. Again, as you know, I practice cellular medicine. I want the cell producing energy without all the exhaust. So we want to produce maximum amounts of ATP with minimal reactive oxygen species. You need some, but not too much. Tyrosine is another one that's common. It's important for the thyroid, as well as the thyroglobulin, which is one of the enzymes and the proteins that are made during the production of thyroid hormone. This is not a very common deficiency, because tyrosine is an amino acid that's found in most protein products and foods, chicken, eggs, beef, etc. So it's hard to get this, but if you are having issues, sometimes a tyrosine supplement can be helpful. I just wrote A, but vitamin A is a big one. I probably should put this first because it's massively important for overall cellular metabolism, health, and immune function. We're finding out more and more that the deficiencies of vitamin A are causing all kinds of problems in the cellular metabolism and health. It's crucial to be taken in conjunction with vitamin D and vitamin K. They all work together to provide optimal cardiovascular health, bone health, and thyroid function. What happens is it works at the cell level, because vitamin A technically is almost like a hormone. Basically, it acts as a hormone, as a steroid hormone in the cell to turn genes on and off. Helps with cellular gene transcription to enable these hormones to work. When the thyroid has to enter the cell, it has to turn on these genes to actually enable the function, and vitamin A is crucial for this. So it works in the cellular level, at the genomic level. Not just for thyroid, but as I mentioned, for other functions as well throughout the body. So vitamin A deficiency is a big problem, and a lot of people kind of forget about it when it comes to cardiovascular health, cellular health, immune health, and even gut health and obesity. A lot of times this is missing. People are deficient in vitamin D and vitamin A and vitamin K. It can affect their gut health, and vitamin A we're finding can be very beneficial for people with obesity, cardiovascular conditions, concerned about excess calcification in their arteries, osteoporosis, osteopenia, and much, much more. Not on the list, another, again, as I mentioned earlier, copper and magnesium. Magnesium is probably like the number one, because it has thousands of functions in the body and massively important for cellular health, right? Again, I'm harping on the cellular health because that's what it's all about. At the mitochondrial level, magnesium's involved in hundreds of reactions, and you need your mitochondria to produce energy to produce everything inside the cell, including the thyroid gland, for optimal function. B vitamins and vitamin C, of course, are very important too. The B vitamins integral for mitochondrial function, which enable everything to work in the cell, as I just mentioned, especially in the thyroid gland. So those are also a couple of vitamins and minerals that are crucial for thyroid gland function. So if you're deficient in any of these, including the ones I just mentioned, this can definitely affect your thyroid health. And sometimes, again, if you fix these underlying conditions, you may not need to address your thyroid health with thyroid hormone, but you may have to, because if it's still abnormal, or if you have an autoimmune condition, or it's just too far gone, you just may need to correct that anyway. It can be a contributing factor. It may fix it, it may not, but it definitely needs to be addressed, not only for the thyroid, but for other health conditions as well. So hope you like this post, tag it, share it. Let me know, again, what else you want me to talk about. I'll gladly discuss it and throw it out there. Again, pay attention to the Facebook group, Dr. Eric's Secrets of Cellular Nutrition and Fitness, and join the private community there for upcoming courses. And reach out to me if you want to work with me one-on-one. I'm working with patients all across the country to optimize your health and vitality. Everyone, remember to have an awesome day. Live to give. Do something nice for someone today. Pass it forward to other people. Everyone have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.